Hey guys, this is a response to the my video on fantasy booking Kenta in the WWE. This is actually a fantasy booking scenario from one of my personal friends. Um, so this is how I built it. His request was Kurt Angle leaves TNA, rejoins WWE, and starts a feud with Shawn Michaels. Honestly, this is pretty simple to book. Um, this might not make sense at first, but hear me out. I wouldn't really give the build to Angle directly, because Angle has been out of the company for a few years. So it wouldn't really make sense for me to give him the build directly. What I would do is actually do vignettes and promos, whatever you want to call it. Have HBK pump up Bryan Danielson. Say things along the lines of he's one of the best he's one of the best young talents in the world today. The vignette with like the Dragon is coming to the WWE. Then have Danielson debut on Raw. Then on that debut night, Angle in like a ski mask, black shirt, black pants, the whole bit, attacks Danielson, injures him, like maybe broken neck or something. Then Danielson the next week, without his doctor's approval, comes out. He cuts a bit of a promo. It's like, sorry you had to see me like this the last week I came out. Then Angle attacks again. After that promo, and afterwards he unmasks that week. Then HBK comes out running with a chair. Then Angle goes out, cowardly heel, pretty basic booking that week. Next week, Angle, cuts a promo, explaining why he attacked Danielson. The reason being, he had to make a name for himself. It's been a couple years since he's left, and what better way to make a name for yourself than attacking one of the students of the Heartbreak Kid? Then HBK comes out and basically says, you want to have a match with me, have it with me, don't bring Bryan into this. Then it's like, he's like, I accept. Then the next Sunday at, I don't know, Night of Champions, or I'll just use One Night Stand, they have a match. The next Monday on the subsequent Raw, HBK has a match with, I don't know, Orton, and Angle comes out, costs HBK the match. Then Angle the next week has a match with Benjamin, with Shelton Benjamin. Then HBK comes out, screws Angle, and so on and so forth. The next week, they basically come out, confront each other, and it's like, if you want to ensure no more attacks on your student, I want a rematch at the next pay-per-view. HBK accepts. Then they have a longer match, 20-30 minutes, solid but not too long since it's that WWE pay-per-view. Then it's basically the same sort of scenarios. Maybe Angle attacks HBK, puts an ankle lock on him, maybe sort of gets an in-ring storyline there set up for the next pay-per-view where HBK has to deal with a bad leg, and that just adds a bit of natural internal drama there within the match itself. The way I book the last match in their feud is HBK basically challenges him to a ladder match. Angle accepts. HBK, or like a steel cage, whatever. And then HBK wins the match, thus ending the feud. With Bryan Danielson running out, and basically putting the cattle mutilation on Kurt Angle. Then the subsequent storyline will be HBK and Bryan Danielson come out the next night on Raw. And Danielson basically says, Shawn, I respect you, you're my mentor, but I need to know that I can beat the Heartbreak Kid. I need to know that I am one of the best young talents in the world, and what better way than to beat you, of all people. And it's like they have like 3 or 4 matches on a pay-per-view, like per pay-per-view for the next few pay-per-views. Then how does this read out? Danielson wins the feud. No one's heel, no one's face. Once again, like my Kenta feuds. It's one of a sports rivalry more so than a WWE storyline. After the program with Shawn Michaels, Kurt Angle and Bryan Danielson confront each other. Bryan Danielson basically says, I don't have to forgive you for attacking me, but I can understand why you wanted to get to Shawn. You need to prove that you are still here and still a threat. I can understand that. Let's bury the hatchet. Danielson extends his hand for a handshake, and what I would have the announcers do is have them bring up the fact that it's part of Ring of Honor to have the code of honor between people who respect each other, and then Angle's responsibly spit in Danielson's face, thus starting off their feud. I would say maybe have it be where Danielson respects Angle, but he won't go easy on a guy that doesn't respect him. For the first pay-per-view, I'd have it be a bit slower, WWE style. Over the next 2 pay-per-views, have it gradually ratchet up in pace and time until in the last match they get into basically a pure wrestling match with pure wrestling rules, not like a amateur wrestling match, but a pure wrestling match with ROH pure rules. Then they go for like an hour, even though that's not possible for a WWE pay-per-view, and just go out. Danielson wins with a long back and forth match, thus ending the feud. Thank you and good night.